special doctor guest, if you're listening, we will be asking
Yeah.
that question.
I believe that the special doctor guest knows all things.
I think so. I feel like
Yeah.
that's probably true. Yeah.
All things.
Anyway, something we do on our podcast is we offer you to take the space unfiltered and uncut and uninterrupted because Kat and I mute now.
Well, shut up. We shut up.
We mute now. We mute now. So
Yeah,
that you
So
can
I'm
tell us
muting.
your story
We're on mute right
Okay.
now.
So you want me to start from the beginning?
from the beginning of
rip.
Jack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like
Let her rip.
1600 BC. I'm just kidding. So when I was born premature and I had RSV. I was really sickly as a baby. I had a lowered immune system, so I was in and out of the hospital constantly. So the first entire year of my life, because my parents only had vaulted ceilings everywhere else in the house, I had to stay in the closet. Foreshadowing. That's crazy, right? Because it was the only ceiling that had flat ceilings. And so I had to do that because I needed a dehumidifier to help with my lungs. So my entire childhood, I was really sick. I was on high doses of prednisone, on and off steroids constantly, which I think at a young age really had an effect on my eating habits, not only, but my metabolism as well. So growing up, I was obese. I always struggled with food. I always struggled with my eating habits. But I was always in sports. I did soccer, I did football, I did all the sports. So, going into middle school, I had an issue where I went to eat, and I had always had issues with swallowing, but I went to go eat a piece of chicken, and a piece of chicken got stuck in my throat, and it was lodged. So we had to go to Scottish Rite in Atlanta, the Atlanta Children's Hospital, and well, actually, take a step back. My mom was like, "It'll pass. It'll go through. Like it's okay." So the entire night, I was able to breathe, but I wasn't able to like drink anything. It would just come right back up. I wasn't able to swallow. It just was stuck there. It was like a lump in my throat. So went to Scottish Rite. They removed the chicken. They put me on fluids, but they had such a issue with trauma that day that they weren't able to get me in for surgery. So I had to wait till that following morning. So now I'm 2 days out from having a piece of chicken stuck in my throat, and all I've had is fluids. And my parents are eating Boston Market in front of me, and I'm so jealous. It's like the worst thing that you can eat in front of me. I love Boston Market. And so they removed the chicken and they diagnosed me with eosinophilic esophagitis, which is an autoimmune condition that causes swelling in the esophagus. So that's just a part of my story. Going into high school, I was over 300 pounds, dealt with a lot of bullying, dealt with a lot of the typical stigma that comes with being obese and the hardships of being obese, and coming out and also being closeted as a coping mechanism. Food becomes that thing that kind of fills that. I got tissues, guys. I had to get them.
I've got you. Okay, everything's okay.
So it was
Jack.
Come
There
on
you go.
back.
sorry.
Friend.
Okay.
All right, well, shut up again.
So I got out of high school and I really started to work out very seriously. I got with a personal trainer, and then she suggested that I do CrossFit. So I was doing CrossFit, and I kind of got like addicted to it, and it almost became like an unhealthy addiction because I was doing it twice a day. I was restricting my calories. I wasn't moderating. I was depriving my body. And so I lost a ton of weight. I'm about at the weight where I was when I lost all of my weight. So I was working out a lot, and I wasn't eating properly. I lost 140 pounds. I got to 200 pounds, about where I'm at right now. And over time, what I was doing just wasn't sustainable. I could tell the toll that it took on my body, and I slowly started to gain weight back, getting into a relationship, and we enjoy cruising, and we indulge in good food, and it just, what I was doing wasn't sustainable, so I ended up gaining a large portion of the weight back. So I got back up to 255 pounds, and then that's when I went to go talk to my doctor. She ran blood panels and found that I was hyperlipidemic, and that I was in the pre-diabetic range. So from that conversation that I had with my doctor, she suggested that I try Contrave for the disordered eating, and that would work as step therapy towards getting a GLP-1 medication, because we knew that the medications were more expensive and that they weren't going to approve it without step therapy. So I did Contrave for about 3 weeks, and I got so sick and nauseous, and I was just really ill, and it made me feel so loopy. I was just not myself. I was really out of it. So after doing that, she fought for the appeal. They did it off-label for Mounjaro, and with the autoimmune condition, eosinophilic esophagitis, hyperlipidemia, and prediabetes, I was approved in like 4 hours. And so that was really awesome. I got very lucky because it was before Zepbound came to the market, because I probably would have had a lot more issues. But I got a 3-year prior authorization from my insurance, which was absolutely amazing. So I've been on since August, and I have lost 54 pounds. I'm 1 pound away from Onederland. And so I am super excited about this journey. I just recently started sharing a lot more and trying to be more involved in the community, because this medication has really changed my relationship with food, but it's completely 180'd my health, and I just have like a whole new mindset. When you're constantly not thinking about the next meal, the anxiety that is taken off your back is absolutely freeing. And I just want other people to have access. So that's really what I want to aspire to help people get.
That's awesome, Jack.
Month to month, box to box. This is how we live in the GLP-1 community. We never know when our coverage is going to get yanked from underneath us. Last year, it got yanked out from underneath me, and I had to go the compound route. I had to go to a telehealth. And what alleviated that financial burden a little bit for me was using my HSA card. I went to the hsastore.com to look for some electrolytes. ShedRx is there. ShedRx, the telehealth, is HSA approved and FSA approved. Ah! So I'm going to ShedRx, right? And I'm going to use my HSA, which alleviates a huge financial burden for me. And if you're interested as well, go to shedrx.com. They'll take great care of you. They've got fantastic doctors, and you can use the link down below in our link tree, or just go to shedrx.com and use my code CAT50. Get your $50 off your first month.